Grenadiers as well. So these are the gentlemen who were fighting. These, my goodness me, all our forces have been so... Wow. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Take out the Swiss Guards. Come on, lads. Oh, look at that. They've gone. They don't have it in them. They don't have it in them. That's it. Destroy them entirely, please. Thank you, gentlemen. Greetings and welcome to episode 99 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Great Britain campaign. This, my friends, is how we left it last time. We are once again engaged in a ferocious battle here with the Spanish. We pushed, ready to push them away, and also at their own will they moved away from France in its entirety, pushed back into sort of the borders there of northern Italy. But unbeknownst to us, they reconstituted their armies, and then they launched another foray, another sortie into France. We cannot allow that to happen because we don't really have anything else behind us here. We've committed 2 army groups here into northern Italy, and it's going to take us a huge amount of our military might to quell the Spanish in Spain. We've also had a couple of calls from a number of the council, particularly Field Marshal Ernuk, that we then move that army group and then look to sort of harass and harangue Madrid, Spain itself. So we might do that. Once we've got the north of Italy, I think, and fully under control, we will then pull that army group out, replenish and repair it, give them some R&R, and then we will move them into Spain proper. I think it's about time, as the Field Marshal rightly said, we put some pressure on the Spanish themselves, take the fight to the Spanish. Also, a number of the council saying that we must be wary of what we do in Egypt. I was sort of toying with the idea of pushing our army from Egypt into sort of Syria and into Palestine to sort of try and take those cities there, whilst they're quite weak. But we are also not really at our maximum there. We don't really have much of a military presence there in Egypt. We've also got the Spanish loitering in the west there. So they've got like an army, another small force, just loitering, just harassing some of our outlying villages. So we've got to be really, really careful here. But our main priority today in this episode is to try and smash this army that's quite clearly going to be raiding and harassing us. We do have an army here, sort of loitering around in the middle of France. There's replenishing and repairing. It's done some quite significant work against the Spanish. But this army quite clearly is going to be... The Spanish will definitely bring this with the full strength. If we do not do something about this army will be a full strength army, and it will be an absolute monster, a thorn in our side if we allow it to move into France proper. That's why we've left an army behind to engage it here in France, just outside Marseille. And as you can see, our army here, the fire support here is extraordinary. It really is. We really have a wonderful... We really have got that spine. Most of our armies have got that spine of fire support, which we do need. We've got some fantastic line infantry as well, which really are the backbone of our foot troops. And of course, we've got the cuirassiers, which again are the standard in every single one of our armies, bar a few that do have some more elite cavalry. And you can see here, we're up against some provisional and also 2 lots of general bodyguard for some reason, but there's also 3 general bodyguard, I beg your pardon, and also some provincial cavalry. As you can see, they're starting to rebuild already. Back up to 90 here. They've also got the Swiss Grenadiers back up to full, and also the Grenadier Guards back up to full. So they are definitely going to be a problem. They've also got the Grenadier Guards up to full. So a number of these are already starting to be brought back up to full strength, particularly these here, the Dragoons. Some regiments are looking a little bit worn, better, should we say, that they have seen better days, but we mustn't be complacent. Even though the balance here shows in our favour, we will lose a significant amount, but we're going to take this fight, my friends. Let's take this fight here. We really do have to take this fight, and also we're gonna have to sort of track this army wherever it may land, wherever we disappear to once we have defeated. If we defeat it, of course, then we've got to track that army. We cannot allow it to escape into France, rebuild, reconstitute itself. We have to follow it, track it, and destroy it until there is nothing left. Then we will have completely sealed off Italy. There's no other Spanish armies that are sort of roaming around unless they come directly from Spain itself, in which case we shall deal with that when that arises. But so the topography of the battlefield here, we've got this. These battlefields we've sort of faced here in sort of the south of France, the northern Italy, really do have a huge amount of sort of hillocks, hills, valleys, lots of outcrops. They really do have that. You can see you're sort of moving into that more lush land, as it were. But look at that. That's a wonder, sir. Now their their deployment zone is much larger than ours here. As you can see, their stretches significantly past ours, both left and right. But that doesn't mean we can't use ours to our own advantage. Now, we could use this here, because these hillocks do break up formations. You can't go over them, you can't deploy in or around them. They will break up that deployment, as you can see here. We've got sort of long grass as well. I'd like to try and, I think, because this is the road, this is the start of the road, so we've actually cut the road here that leads to Marseille. So Marseille would be sort of way off in the distance over there. And of course we are in this sort of, this haze here. I wouldn't be surprised it didn't start raining, but off in the distance there is where Marseille is. So we're facing quite a fight here. We've got to be on our guard here, we really do. I think we'll set our guns just before the hillock here. We don't want to get ourselves caught up. And we also, and there's many of the councils say we actually might put these in the actual defensive wall itself. 225 men each. Wow. But for the howitzers, however, they can be brought to bear quite quickly, and we shall set them forth thus. We've got quicklime, of course, which really is the absolute, the weapon of choice, the shell of choice, should we say, the ammunition of choice. Look at that. Now we're set fair there. I think we should have a line of our most veteran units sort of anchoring the centre. We've got these gentlemen here, which we might be able to set against the Spanish, maybe attacking on the flank with some cavalry support. Let's just move the main defensive lines out of the way here. We do have a lot of cavalry as well, as you can see. So we'll bring the cavalry and the red cuirassiers together. We might use all four and punch hard against one of the flanks of the Spanish. That might just serve us well there. Now, let's set ourselves a good defensive, strong defensive line. We'll cut this road here as we wanted to at the start. That's the first regiment here, the regiment on the right again, just making sure we're prepared for us to come. We will be bombarded quite aggressively here, as you can see, but this here will break up their march on this left flank. They won't be able to get past this. They'll have to come around it, or they'll have to slide in between here. But we should set a regiment up here, which will sort of defend this left flank, this immediate left flank, unless they go around, of course, in which case we'll have to sort of angle that regiment then. But we don't have to worry about that just yet. Again, another regiment on the right, because remember, they do overlap us here. So they may start up here, which means we've got to be careful that we don't get flanked. And also we've got this small village here that's going to break up any of their movement towards when we are attacking. So we've got to be careful. We are attacking, so we've got to be fairly aggressive here and be on our toes as well. The left is fairly well covered, so what we'll do is we'll just angle these gentlemen, because we know we can't get any. I think we'll angle these gentlemen like this, because we know they've got to come around here if they're going to come around there. And last, but not by any means least, I think we'll set our last. And again, we'll angle this regiment just slightly here to cover this flank. And I think what we want to do is I think we might just have these not in the line, but just firing, and set them here. So we might set, yeah, we've got them. Might set these on the right, and then we just might move the howitzers just ever so slightly to the left, and then have these 24 pounds of foot just to the right here. So we've got that wide spread of fire. Now I'll see, where does the shrapnel shot come in? Oh, that's excellent. It really does almost fall quite nicely here in this arc. So as you can see, we've got the left covered and the right, I beg your pardon, covered, and the left covered by howitzers with quicklime, and also with shrapnel shot. We've got this again, which is going to break up our sort of rhythm of our attack here, but we could move these gentlemen here, or we could move them along this defensive line here and sort of our anchor around. Where's the demarcation line? All the way back here, so we could actually move into these trees here. I think we'll bring the cavalry with us, so we're going to take quite a gamble here, but we're going to go aggressive here on them. Really, really aggressive. We're going to... Come on, gentlemen, for goodness sakes. Cuirassier here. Again, they will loop around. We also have there's 3 regiments as well moving. We're going to try and collapse one of their flanks if possible. We've got to watch out for their artillery fire because it could be pretty brutal. But we are well defended. We're well dug in here, as you can see. We've got plenty of cannon fire. That's going to be absolutely vital for us. We'll just put our general back here, just out of harm's way. But we're going to have to really focus our guns here. Our fire support is going to have to be very, very focused on bringing down the enemy quite quickly. Right, let's begin. They're flanked this side here, so we're going to flank around them pretty aggressively here. Oh, that is a wonder. Do they have... Here we go. This is where it's going to get really, really... Oh, beg your pardon, my friends. Square! Got them, sir. Get into square. Oh no, they're attacking. Let's hold on here now. Got the enemy general. Got him. Get back in line, lads. You're shattered. What the blazes? We swamped them with absolute... Like, that is an absolute disgrace. What the blazes is going on here? What? I should think so. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That, oh, look at the Swiss Grenadiers. What the? Oh, look at that. Well, I'll be... For those regiments to run like that was absolutely unbelievable. Let's break these Grenadier Guards. We don't want to see them again. We've got to clear them out of France in its entirety, sir. Got them, got them. They're shattered. They've gone, sir. And they've gone as well. That's a wonder. We concentrate our line here. Let's pull them back. Wait a minute. We want to limit this entire regiment if possible, please, gentlemen. We've absolutely smashed this army. What a wonder. Back into line, please, gentlemen. Look sharp. They've gone as well. Got them with the guerrillas. And we're also going to get rid of the Grenadier Guards as well. Looks like they're going to break. Chase them down, lads. We've got to get rid of these Grenadier Guards. It's the demarcation line. We'll continue the battle. We want to get rid of these guards. These Swiss Grenadiers here, because if we get rid of these Swiss Grenadiers, that's the most powerful unit they have got. Look at that. These are a fine unit, but we can't allow them to live. They really are going to be, they'd be absolutely brutal. Look at that. down, lads. Oh, look at that, the utter decimation of what is a fantastic regiment. It really is. We mustn't in any way say otherwise, but my goodness me, what a wonder. Come on, let's put them to the sword here. Put them to the sword. Oh, look at that! Absolutely eliminate them right from the off here. Yeah, I think we've done enough to put this army out of commission. The Spanish army here. I think we've done enough to do that. The guerrillas, yeah, they've gone. We're going to do the same here for these grenadiers, these Swiss grenadiers, because these really are the absolute. Yes, we've done it. Let's get them, lads. Will they make it? Will they make it? No, they might do. I don't think they're going to make it in time. I think we'll end the battle there. Ooh, close victory? I'm not sure about that, but that was a wonderful fight. Look at that, we lost 750, lost almost 301 left. That could still be posing a problem for us. Look at line infantry here. 222, what a fight. 186, really good statistics here. Excellent kill, look at that. Already starting to see that experience starting to show. This army really has been through the mill here. Look at that. Yeah, and they've moved away. But we'll chase them down. Yes, God, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. No repairs required. A Spanish, that's why. But we're going to replenish and repair this here. We've got 130,000 gold here in the bank. We have built up quite a little reserve here, just in case things do go a little bit pear-shaped for us. But I think we could probably push this now, and we might draw all this in here. But still, I know the council really wants us to move in against this. We've moved in additional forces here to guard our backs here. We've got our spies here. There's the army. There's the other army that was actually still present in Spain. We might move this army down towards the border here. Maybe do some harassing. They haven't got much here in Madrid itself. Look how much money they got in. If we were to take this port here, Cartagena, it would just cripple their economy. It really would cripple their economy. I think what we will do. Now, Poland is keeping itself here, but we've got the Alps here as well, which we're just might be able to use to move it against Poland. If they decide to attack us, we could actually move and cross. Of course, if we do manage to take central Italy here, we can just move across into the Balkans and start striking the Poles from this sort of the east, going from west to east, which would be an absolute wonder. Now, oh, look at that! It does bring in those armies here, but to be honest with you, I think we can probably. I wonder if we take this fight here. These armies are at full strength, not completely, but I think we've got probably enough here to take this fight. It's going to drag in just the sort of the remnants of the armies we fought. Mind you, they are at full strength. Every single one of these is at full strength. So we might just take this battle here as well, I think, and put an end to all of this and claim all of the north of Italy for ourselves. Just hold on to that a second. So we're drawing in these forces here. But not this one here. This force is dragging this one and this one, but probably this one as well. We probably don't realise that, but probably that one as well. So we'll just hold that a moment. 2 more turns. So I think we'll push the aggression. I think we'll push them to try and clear out northern Italy, and then we can move these forces down here and then move against Rome with these and these forces here at the same time. What a battle that will be, my goodness me. That'll be a tremendous battle. What's we've got 27,000 here. So it looks like the Mughal Empire is taking a little bit of a hit here. Indeed it is, but we've just got to keep building this bank we've got here. We've got to keep building this up here to maybe 200, 250,000 gold. It'll give us a little bit of a buffer should war start again with Poland. Because we do have Poland, we're trading with Poland like that. Look at that. That's significant. So if we lose that, we're going to lose one of our main sort of trade partners, even though we haven't been the best of friends in the past. Our war with Russia continues. We're raiding these trade lines here at least. I think we'll just hit them again here. Oh, that's more like it. Just reset the raiding on that trade line. That just did us an absolute wonder. We're going to leave this here. We're going to follow the advice of the council and just stay in Egypt here. Hunker down in Egypt. We've got maximum. Anybody want to take Egypt or Cairo, shall I say? They would be hard pressed. Oh, they would cost them very, very dear indeed. Look at that. The Russians are already in Ankara. So again, there's still got presence in the Mediterranean, but we've still got a huge amount. Yeah, also, the council requesting that we perhaps move against some of the Caribbean islands here, maybe Cuba. Also, definitely against Bahamas here, and some of the other Spanish assets here. So we might move against those, but we need to send a ship down to see what's going on here. What do we have here? We have a sloop here, Renown. So I think we might just send down a spy ship here, a bit of a reconnaissance mission. But we know already they've got a very powerful, powerful army here. Not at full strength by any means in terms of fire support, but we don't know what's here. Ah, Cuba is very well defended. My goodness me, that's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough ask. That is indeed. What's around here? We could probably take the Bahamas. Oh, look at that! They got this fleet here as well. I think we might just escape here and just loiter in and around our allies' ports here.
Awaiting further orders.
Yeah, we've got a good trade with them and with Sweden as well. So they're trading with us. We've also had word from Minister General Bishamonton that the Canadians don't think the Canadians are going to hold much longer. I don't think they have the appetite for the war like the US does, and I think that might prove fatal in the end for them. But I think our next task is to take this fight here. I think that will be our fight for next episode, I think we'll just have one more turn. And then I think what we'll do then is we'll take this fight for next episode. We're just moving some spies into and around Portugal just to be sure what we're dealing with here. We want to see what Spain is up to. I got rid of the pirates. That's one good deed they did at least anyway. They've abandoned them. They've abandoned them. How can that be? Wow. How do we lose 2,000 men to 66? That's insane. Wow. Well, we've captured Turin anyway at least. Yes. But we shall replenish and repair. We will now hold what we've got. We've taken Turin, our first step in our conquest of Italy. Oh, look at that there. Looks like Sweden is hitting Stockholm, which is under Russian control, quite hard there. Poland. Poland, come on Poland, what you going to do here? They're still moving forces around here, but they do have a huge garrison in each of their cities, a massive garrison. They still have a lot of troops available, and also they've been given time to sort of replenish as well. So if and when, I think more like when we go to war with them again, it's going to be even tougher. Because whilst we've been fighting in Spain and committing at least 2 army groups to the fight in Spain, they've been allowed to just sort of rearm, replenish, bring their troops up. I can look at Vienna. Vienna would be such a tough nut to crack. Oh my goodness me. Wouldn't mind to get my hands on that gold mine there. As you can see, that gold mine here. That might be our next target. But the difference is we can strike from a different direction, because we'll be in control of Italy, which means we can strike from west to east. Which means we can strike the Balkans. And the Poles would have to be then drawing forces away from the sort of the western front down to the sort of the Balkan front. But again, if they wanted to crack open our border, it would cost them dear, it really would. That would take a lot out of them to be able to break out the front we've built up here. But they're reinforcing a lot of their cities here. My goodness me, the operation we'd have to mount to break through even just to Dresden alone, let alone Prague, would be extraordinary. Berlin is probably the weakest link here. But then it would probably draw in a lot of the forces around Dresden as well. That's something we'd have to watch out for. Poland still moving troops into position here. They really are gathering their forces. Could this be a gathering of a storm that's brewing here? But look at Vienna. How would you break? How would you break Prague? How would you even break through into the front lines? It's an extraordinary number of troops. You'd have to effectively consolidate all your forces in one area and strike one particular area with everything you've got to be able to break even just one of these cities. Because if you struck Dresden, you would bring in everything here that Prague has got around it, and that would just be a titanic fight, a fight that would probably drain every resource you have. I know we've got 2 army groups fighting in Spain, and they're going to come out of that really battle hardened and veteraned, but my goodness me, what a battle that would be. They're taking their time here. Because they've got so many troops to move around, see. Luckily we've got our spies in place. We can watch the movements here of what they're doing. But look how many troops the Polish have got. That's extraordinary. And Vienna as well, which actually is building up more troops around it as well. Got to be careful what they're doing here. Why are they moving around the flank there towards Munich? Again, still Poland moving troops. My goodness me. How many troops do they need? Luckily we control the bridges moving across there. to control this bridge here if possible. If you control this bridge here, you control access, or this bridge at least, you control the access in and out of Berlin, at least by land. Still moving their troops is extraordinary. Come on, Poland. Here we go, probably coming to the end of it now. Yes, Russia. What will Russia do? We know that Sweden are next, and they are pushing to take Stockholm back and Sweden itself back, which I hope they can do. Oh, looks like they're going to try and raid our factories and cities here. Sweden. Wait a minute. What? There must be a rebellion here. Indeed. Come on, put an end to them, Sweden. Well done. That's a rebellion there I bet they didn't need. Come on now. Iroquois, Venice, Genoa, Courland, United States. It'd be interesting what they'd. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Here we go. Where are they going to go? I'm not. Here comes Quebec. We're going to stay out of this war. We've just got a ship there just to keep an eye on what's going on here. But we are staying out of that war. We have had calls from the council to intervene if the war, or one of the wars, doesn't go quite well. Look, like 175,000. That's excellent. Now, let's get this up to full speed. Now we have the money to do so. As you can see, we've got a huge space between this where nothing's going on, and we've got no defences here apart from these armies here. We could, of course, move into here and perhaps set up the armies here. We might actually do that. We might just pull, mind you, it's going to split our defences then. We haven't got that coherent line running along here. That's absolutely fine. They're going to have to get over that. We shall replenish and repair here. The first thing we do, we must get these armies up to full strength. That is the most important thing.
Sir! Yes, sir.
My goodness me, what a battle that was. Now we know that Field Marshal Ulrich will be back in the field very, very soon. Let's get this army as well. That's being replenished here. And we're going to repair that without a shadow of a doubt. We're then going to push against these armies here, which means we'll also pull in these, so that we've got to attack these effectively separately. With all we've got here, we've got to clear the north of Italy. It's always been captured. Excellent. Oh, look at that.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
At the ready.
I think we might take out one of line infantry regiments here.
Immediately.
And
Your Majesty.
oh, that's a powerful force. I think we'll send this one to attack Spain. That's a mighty naval fleet there. But we shall recruit a sloop. And this force needs to come across.
Sir, your orders?
Is that a full strength? It is indeed.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
We should disband this. We don't need them. Yes, sir.
Sir, your orders?
Plus morale, +1. Excellent. What the blazes? Oh, he passed away there. So
At your service.
We'll just move our spy up to here so we
Watching
keep an
your
eye on what's
enemies.
going on here. Good grief, look at the number of troops they've got, the Poles. How is that possible? Mind you, we've got a huge, massive amount of our forces fighting here in the north of Italy. I think once these have been replenished and repaired, we're going to move against Italy,
My lord?
especially with these armies here.
Ready for orders. My lord?
I do need to bring...
Sir, your orders?
Let's bring it up to full strength. The army's up to full strength, and we're going to push against the Spanish. Then we're going to move across here.
Your Majesty, immediately. I wait upon your command. My mission? As it pleases you.
Then we're going to crush these forces here between these two, and then we'll be completely free to move these forces wherever we want, and these as well. That might mean even moving against Poland. The Spanish are still getting a lot of trade in here, probably into here, into Ravenna, or Ravenna, which we don't want. But I think, my friends, we're going to end this episode here. What a battle that was! We've managed to. Oh, look at that! As promised, we're going to move these gentlemen down to the board here with Spain. Maybe start some harassment.
How may I
What's
serve?
going on here?
I await your pleasure.
I wonder if we could jump in here and take Madrid right off the... Oh, look at that. I think we could take Spain here. I think we could take Madrid with this army.
Yes.
We don't have many guns, and it's not the sort of the troops are excellent, but the coherence of this force is not of the finest. The composition is not of the finest. It's got a lot of dragoons in here, a lot of forces, but we might not ragtag, but that would be the wrong definition, but this mishmash of forces might be an excellent way to move against the Spanish. They may not expect it, especially with this army here. Or we might just be able to move against some of the towns here, the ports, the fleets. They're not really a match for us here. No chance. We're going to have 51,000. We're going to have 200,000 coming in here. Again, I think we'll have another heavy first rate here. Let's bring this fleet up. We need to get our fleets up to maximum here. Because we've got 3 full fleets. But we need another one, to be honest with you, my friends.
Where to, Captain?
HMS Elizabeth, that's excellent. And we also need to bring this army across. And we might have it, yes, we might have it actually land here and join this army and make a raid Madrid, and France and Spain itself. That'd be fantastic. But we're on the cusp of taking down the Spanish. We really, really are. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, my friends, thank you for your wonderful support and advice. It's been absolutely exemplary. It really, really has. I really do appreciate your wonderful advice and support, and your very kind words as well. They do mean a lot, my friends. Whatever you're doing, as always, my friends, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.